Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to share with you what I consider as the top heroes in the game Concord. It's worth mentioning that the game mode will have different game modes, and of course some heroes might be better than others at certain maps. And of course there are some team compositions and synergies, and let's not forget the traits option. Again, we change something with the characters. You can see here, for example, this one, if you unlock it you get extra munitions. It doesn't mean it's going to be significant, but maybe we're going to have some more significant traits down the road. And we also have the crew builder, which actually allows you to create kind of a build in quotations. Basically, you add up to 12 heroes. You can even use one with the same trait up to 3 times. And basically all the other heroes in the crew enjoy these buffs. And also, same traits up to 3 can actually stack as well. So you might find some heroes that, maybe don't appear that strong, but down the road with some, maybe new heroes and traits, which I'm pretty sure will come, and with the crew builder can be very powerful. Alright, let's start. The first one is Do. Now, this one is insane. First of all, his weapon deals massive damage, although considering this is a support character. You also can put healing on the ground in different locations. And this can heal the allies or of course himself when they're close to it, and it heals pretty fast. You also have the Dome, which is absolutely incredible. Basically it allows him to kind of close an area so no projectiles will get in or out of the area, allows you to capture points much easier. And he can also heal a small amount when dodging. Now for example, when you play this map, and you can actually put, when you play Rivalry especially, that's why I'm mentioning some heroes are very strong at certain maps, you can actually just hold the place quite easily by putting healing and the Dome there, and it actually stays there for a long time until of course that it gets damaged, but you can actually respawn another one. And this gives you an advantage, both of course of just capturing the point and of course getting in and out, time it right in order to be able to eliminate those opponents that come close by. But what amazed me the most is actually how powerful and accurate his weapon is. Usually when you have a support character you don't expect the weapon to be that powerful. But for mid-range, don't expect anything like, a duelist here, but for mid-range, it just melts. It is massive damage, especially of course if you enter that. It's just insanely good. I actually expect it to be nerfed a bit, to be honest with you. But right now, as of the time of making this video, as of the beta, early access beta, it's absolutely devastating damage. Now Jabali, for example, is good when lots of people kind of a group is on the move, so you can actually heal while actually moving, both spawning the orb on himself or an ally from a bit far. But considering the design of the maps and the game modes that I played in the beta, and the Dome and the damage, I just take Do every single time. Next one is Lennox, arguably the best duelist in the game. Even if you are very tanky, you might survive, but again, nobody comes to your aid, he's gonna demolish you. Again, it deals massive damage, he can quickly reload by just swapping weapons, he can also generate lots of health as well, all by himself using his second ability. And if you play the beta, you know that he really enjoys flanking. He will search for weak targets, that can quickly eliminate, and he's a great flanker. And once you find a target, we come with confidence and this target will be demolished. And of course, he's great to get tanks because he can really deplete their health pretty fast, relatively compared to other heroes. So you can see the healing in action. Right, it was half, and I can just generate and fill it up completely. But of course, like many DPS characters, they are pretty squishy and can easily eliminate. So if you stick together with the team, this is the way basically to counter it. But of course, you're able to play like Call of Duty, running, and this is why it's very easy to find weak targets and eliminate them. Of course, I wasn't playing well here. I should have switched weapons. Nonetheless, he's very, very powerful. And of course, I play against him, and he's just insane, absolutely insane. He melts. Next one is Aymar. Oh my god, she's so hard to play against. She deals massive damage, and as you can see, the crew bonus here is longer weapon range, and she deals massive damage. She's like, let's say, half a sniper. If you're weak, she's gonna take you out, one shot. She can also blind targets, so if you're 1-by-1 against you, she can blind you, change a bit position, and she can also hover in the air. And you can see she's kind of floating there, hovering, and again, if you don't pay attention, you fight against others, she will melt you down and you actually won't know where the damage is coming from. Now all of these things is burst damage, the fire together, the ability to explode the blind as well, and her weapon attack together. That's why she can eliminate you so fast. Take a look, for example, at the fire damage here. So again, when you combine everything together at a fast pace, at the hands of a skilled player, you're gonna dominate. Next one is a tank, is Imari. She's incredible, absolutely incredible. So first of all, she has the ability to use a shield like Reinhardt in a way, but smaller, and block lots of damage. She also, by the way, a great trait where destroying projectile shield while active grants armor. She has increased healing received, which is great overall, by the way, to get healing fast, especially if you put her in a crew. You have the first ability that allows you to give armor to nearby allies in a big radius relatively. And on passive, as you can see, incoming body damage is reduced. Body damage. Now all that wouldn't worth being here in this video if it wasn't for a rotary scrap cannon. The more you hold the trigger, the faster it actually shoots, and it can melt once it's very fast. So not just she's a great tank, she has amazing suppressive fire that if you don't pay attention, it can absolutely melt you. So if some rushing enemies at you, you can still hold on and just spray so much damage that you're gonna demolish almost everything in front of you. But she is slow, keep this in mind. You can see I'm using the shield, giving shield to nearby allies, and you know, getting the shield there. But the thing is, the problem is that she is slow, so sometimes you can't keep up. But again, in the more structures, especially in Rivalry, she can be very powerful. Now with her, you can actually hold zones by just pre-firing, you know, and nobody can actually be in front of it. It just will melt enemies so fast. Squishy ones will just almost insta-die. And again, pre-firing is amazing. Enemies will need to take cover because again, you have 100 bullets in the magazine. If they expose themselves even shortly, they're going to get massive damage. And of course, she's great in demolishing shields and tanks and basically everything. She even renders Roka totally useless because you can sustain lots of damage, especially with the splash damage to the body. And once she's in the air or everywhere, you can just demolish her pretty fast because she's a squishy character. Basically, you can't just stand there in front of this character. You just can't. You're gonna die. Here, for example, against Starchild with a shotgun. A very strong close range opponent. Now, there are going to be many times in this game that, especially in certain game modes, that people run in a group. And this is where you can put suppressive fire and basically all they can do is just hide. And by the way, she synergizes very well with other heroes that can actually shoot without actually needing to shoot through her shield. So it can be behind her, like maybe standing, for example, like Lark and Duchess with her wind attack can synergize very well, just being behind cover and still being able to deal damage. Alright, last in our list, and actually had some thoughts whether to put her in, and I played a lot with her yesterday and decided, yes, I'm gonna put her in. And this is Buzz, basically kind of an assassin character. She moves super fast across the map, great for flanking. She has the ability to track enemies behind cover or when she hits them with a knife. She can apply vulnerable to enemies, a debuff, and then you can deal even more damage. And overall, if you find 1-by-1 against her, she's crazy. She's also really hard to get because she had double jump, triple dodge, and boosted slide jump. But keep in mind, don't jump into groups basically, and you know, tanks are problematic. But again, that's not her job. Her job is to try to flank, search from squishy characters like snipers, for example, take them out and get out and move to the next target. Also, if you see squishy targets, you can hit it from far as well with the knives and deal massive damage. Basically, 1 versus 1 against the weak characters, you're gonna demolish them. So when I play with her, I went into the outer range, searching for snipers, for example, from Do, and those who kind of try to stay away, and basically those who isolate themselves from the others, or those who try to flank. The pace is great, it's very easy to aim with her and be accurate with her. Also, the pace of her attacks is really good, makes it very easy to aim with her. Of course, the problem is tanks. Basically, it takes a lot of time to eliminate tanks, so this is of course not your job, although I tried. But again, if there's somebody nearby, I'm toast. And the way to actually make her less useful is basically group up with other teammates, and basically she probably won't engage in the fight unless you're low in health. And of course, she's really good in neutralizing, for example, Lennox, which is one of the most powerful ones in the game, in terms of damage. So if there's a Lennox, take her, or Lennox. So these, in my opinions, are the best, most powerful, and most useful one that, basically on the early access beta of Concord. If you, by the way, your opinion differ, let me know in the comment section below which one do you think are the best characters, the most powerful ones is of the beta, going to Season 0. Keep in mind, of course, the game will probably be balanced before it gets out, most probably. And of course, we're going to have different traits unlocked and different heroes we'll introduce later on. So, of course, this is subject to be dynamic and change. And again, this is not just based on my gameplay, but based against all the heroes that I play against, many hours. These are my thoughts. Waiting for yours in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.